Hey Sagittarius, Jovial Mind Tarot here with your mid-October 2024 Tarot and Oracle card readings. For the mid-month of October, we'll do the general energies for the month, the energy that you bring in Sag, additional energies from different tarot cards and decks, and then we have our advice from Spirit, okay? So let's go. Welcome to the new subscribers and thank you for your support. So let's see, Sagittarius, what is in store for you for mid-October 2024. Thank you, Spirit. How is it looking for Sagittarius? General energy for Sagittarius. Thank you. One more shuffle. That one wanted to come out, but it was kind of weird. Alright, so two cards jumped out. Alright, we have in crescent moon. Alright. We have Ark of the Covenant and setting your course. So usually in the upright, setting your course is almost like the two, well, it's not really like the Two of Pentacles, it's just you looking, this man in the, picture here is looking at the Ark of the Covenant, but he's like, that's his destination. And he has two helpers, and there's a rainbow in the distance. So it could be that you just came out of something, or you moving into something. Could be you coming out of something that was stormy because of that rainbow, and you're setting yourself towards some kind of spiritual thing here. Something is, you seeing something is being revealed to you that is spiritual. Because this here is, I would say this Ark of Covenant, you're moving away from this into whatever this thing is over here. But it came in the reverse. So you're looking at the Ark of the Covenant. And that's number 11. So that's maybe angel guidance. Alright, so I'm going to look into these cards. As usual. Alright, so number 11, Ark of the Covenant. So that's almost like the Wheel of Fortune, right? And it's in the upright. So that said, represent a beneficial legal contract or title transfer. It can also show successfully working with individuals such as brokers and lawyers. If it's a karmic contract, facing their lessons of growth, working towards greater discoveries. Yeah, maybe you discovered something, you discovered your karma. So if this is some kind of physical legal contract, right? It could be saying that you're moving towards some kind of legal, working with some legal professionals or brokers, something successful. On the most mundane level, you're coming out of something. Maybe there was some financial disturbance, financial setback, and now you're moving towards something legal where maybe you could claim some money back, or get something together. Or if this is like life lessons, you could be looking at those karmic lessons, like seeing your karmic patterns, history of your behaviors. Maybe you're noticing that. Let's look at the Six of Keys. Let's see the Six of Keys. Now this is in the reverse. So yeah, it's definitely, it's in a phase of decrease. Energy, money, even your creative flow may feel restricted or tight. So yeah, you coming out of a period of like strain and difficulty. And as I said, it's either actually on a mundane level where it's like money, time, energy, and you're recovering that, or it could be something karmic that you're noticing. And I think it's after something that really, it wore you out, essentially. Alright, and what is beneath that? The ascent. Interesting. So through this stress, you were able to elevate and actually see something clearly. There's the sun right here. Oh, you will. That's interesting. When I see the Six of Keys, the Six of Keys makes me think about the Six of Pentacles. So that could be, maybe you were in a relationship or some kind of dynamic where you were giving more or someone was giving more, and you finally saw the pattern for what it was, and because of that you have elevated either spiritually, or if this is, as I said, something more everyday, then you just saw the mistakes, the financial mistakes or financial things that you had to correct in order to improve. So, anything else I want to know about this? That's what I'm trying to think about. Okay, so let's move into, why am I cleaned the deck and I'm still knocking on it. I'm so used to it. So let's see the energy that you're bringing into this. So the energy for mid-October is actually seeing something for what it is and seeing how you got there. And now let's see how you are. What's going on with your energy as the collective of Sagittarius? Alright, let's go. Ooh, one jumped out real quick. So we have here enough. You were born enough. Alright. So maybe you are no longer dealing with situations or relationships where you give much more than the other party. Like you're not giving too much, like overextending yourself. Because you're realizing that who you are is enough. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to prove your existence, right? Because you have the support of others. Maybe you found a community that where you feel worthy, that makes you feel worthy. So it's saying here, women supporting women. Together we can transcend our individual limitations. So say, how I see this, so say like you were in an abusive relationship, maybe you met with the other group of women who also experienced that same thing. I mean, it doesn't have to be women. It could be women or men. You found a community where you felt as if they shared the same experience, and or you could have found them online. You could have actually gone there physically, in this support group, or found this group, and you realize your worth just by being among them. And what is behind that? False beliefs. Interesting. It says here, false beliefs. Once the untruths that we believe about ourselves are eliminated, so are the ways we can release the false limitation that confine us to. So you discover through this support that you receive from this group, doesn't have to be women or men. It could be just any group. They shared some knowledge with you, and part of that knowledge is that you are enough. You are all you need. And I think that is what's helping you see what your patterns were, in the past, and why you're moving towards this new thing, this new way of thinking, realizing that the beliefs you had in the past was really toxic, really karmic, you know. Mm. All right. So, can you give us, Spirit, some? Well, why not? Spirit, can you give us some additional information as to what could be going on with the Sagittarius collective? What is going on with them in terms of this energy here? What are they seeing through this support that they're receiving? What have they opened their eyes to? Besides being enough, what does that mean for them? What were they in? So, even though this is pretty straightforward, let me see one more shuffle. Let's see what we can get. Your reading seems pretty straightforward. Yeah. It seems like you're waiting for something more. You're waiting for a relationship that is more, not waiting, but I think you're setting your sights on, because I'm looking at when the cards have been separated here, this Two of Pentacles. It's like you're waiting for something more positive. Like you have your mind in a different space, possibly thinking of a relationship that's a bit more equitable, Let's see. Okay, so one card came out here, that's the Nine of Wands. The Wounded Warrior. So you've been through quite a lot. You've been wounded. You're standing on guard. But what I notice about this person here, he's not standing behind this to protect him. He's out in the open. So maybe you're open to love or open to some kind of experience again, but you have your tools, you have your armor ready for any nonsense. Alright, so, and then we also have the Six of Pentacles. Sorry, the Six of Cups this way. All these people are just waiting here. Maybe this thing definitely stems from childhood. Or if it's not from childhood, it could be an interaction with some kind of soulmate here that taught you some, quite a really strong lesson. I keep referring to this to make sure that I have it all right. So the Six of Cups that way said, take advantage of upbeat emotion to accomplish things on an entry level. Work, study, or other responsibilities may seem unimportant compared to the rapture of love, but come down to earth long enough to keep the home fires burning. Don't be too carried away by the delicious giddiness of youth. Interesting. It's like saying that I think in inside you still feel a sense of that wanting that romance and stuff like that, but you recognize that there are other things that you may need to focus on, or at least you're getting the nudge that there may be other things that you need to focus on. Let's see what else comes out. Yeah, ooh. So it's flipping, but it's not quite coming out. I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles and the Devil. Okay, yeah. So this came out, these three cards came out. So we have the Six of Pentacles on this side. This talks about, doing things for not the wrong reasons per se, but like you putting yourself last, you know. We also have Death here, but it's like freedom. There's a naked lady back here, right? Oh, there's also one here. There's a change, and maybe these two people here sitting here, they're more dogmatic, right? They're more, I think it's a priest, and I forget what this other person is, but it is like they're stuck in place, and she has decided to just strip herself of all of that and just dance under the sun, to be free from old beliefs, about who you are, and just loving on yourself, loving who you are, recognizing that you're enough. Let me cover, even though it's a small picture, but still. We also have the Ace of Cups, true love, yearning, not yearning, but moving towards true love. So it's almost like she's running out, freeing herself away from these beliefs into what love is actually like. Pure emotion, the emotion of love, wanting new love, feeling at peace, maybe self-love even. This could be even self-love, because the Ace of Cups could also mean self-love, feeling peace with love of self. So it's like a transition here. Excuse me. It's like a transition here. So from being open to experiences but still being guarded, then moving into that Six of Pentacles, on that side. I'll also read that out to you, because I think it's important, these to read some of these to give us a better insight. So let's see that Six of Pentacles. So it says here, be careful that your charitable inclinations are not born from compassion and kindness, that are born from compassion and kindness, not from a hidden agenda of control or superiority. Charity should not come with strings attached. So I think you are guarding against that. You're guarding yourself against people who show you attention for their own gain, whether it's emotional, you know, physical, um, anything, monetary, you guarded against that energy. And so you've freed yourself from people who want to take advantage of your nature. You find people that support you in loving on yourself, and you have found self-love. The overall energy here is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles on this side is known for, you know, the Queen of Pentacles, her shadow side is like sometimes doing too much, overextending herself, you know, taking on too much. You know, I see that bunny back here. Interesting. She has abundance, but it's just like she's just doing too much. She's kind and nurturing to a fault. We also have the Queen of Wands. So you could have earth and fire in your chart. Well, you're Sagittarius, you have fire in your chart, but you also have earth. Or maybe this could be a same-sex relationship. I'm not sure. I'm seeing here two queens. It's possible, or even two kings. There's a lot of female, feminine energy here, you know. Anyway, so let's see what's the advice from Spirit. Spirit, what is your advice for the Sagittarius collective for mid-October 2024? Hold on, one thing, let me just see something here. Sorry about that, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to add some more stuff here because I want to have a look at what are you thinking while you going through all this. Like, what is going through your head in these two cards here? You know, like you're freeing yourself, but what is this exactly? What is this exactly? Why is the Nine of Wands on this side? Alright. And the Six of Pentacles. They landed right on the Nine of Wands. So it's meant to go there. Let's see. Oh, okay. So you could actually have been protecting yourself against a Virgo, or you could have spent time alone. You know, it's like almost like a seclusion here to avoid interacting with people or interacting with the, you know, in situations where you could become vulnerable to people taking advantage. So it's almost like self-seclusion. So this is the way that you did it in order to protect yourself. And then we have two cards for the Six of Pentacles. Here we have the King of Swords and the World. Yes, completing a cycle because of the knowledge that you've gained. Yeah, you've seen this be, you know, you've seen it for what it is. And so because you've seen this behavior for what it is, you've freed yourself. Is the knowledge you may have received knowledge online, maybe you looked it up, or ooh, thank you for the like. Um, you could have seen it online, saw this information online, or maybe you're corresponding with a support group online. Maybe it could be some kind of forum. And yeah, this way they brought some knowledge to you. It could be on some platform like maybe even YouTube. Yeah, and so because of that, you're freeing yourself from the behavior. And then yeah, the Ace of Swords, that's the truth. So you found out the truth, and because of that truth, you're now feeling a sense of peace. Um, just be, just being happy with yourself here with the Nine of Cups. You know, self satisfaction, self love, just happy on about yourself. On who you are as a person. So let's see. Let's continue and get what the advice from Spirit. So what is Spirit's advice for the Sagittarius collective? What's the advice, Spirit? Alright. Ooh, this does not wanna. Alright. Cards are so funny. Interesting. So this is the first time I've seen this card. I'm so serious. Disappointment is not the end. It is okay to be disappointed. It is okay to make mistakes. It's the perfect card. What do we do the best that we can with the knowledge that we have, but not everything will always turn out as we hope. OMG. This is a part of life, and though it may feel like the end, it most certainly is not. Do not let disappointment or the fear of disappointment keep you from enjoying life. And there it is. Oh my goodness. This is like the perfect advice for this. You have been disappointed. You do feel guarded. You have secluded yourself. You did find people to support you, whether physically or online, virtually, whatever. But now you've found out this information, seen your patterns. You now, the Spirit is telling you that even though you are disappointed, it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be disappointed, right? Not everything turns out like we want it to, but this is not the end. And then this is the overall energy here. Live intentionally. Today be mindful of your routines and rituals. Ones that are purposeful and ones that are unconscious, creating space to practice discipline in these areas. At bedtime each night, plan one small action for the next day. It is also good practice to pause throughout your day and ask yourself how you can live intentionally right now. And I think that's what you're doing. You're living intentionally because you're becoming aware of patterns, behaviors, you know, how you give too much, how you, um, not valuing yourself, not having that kind of courage and self-worth that you deserve. Everyone deserves to have their own self-worth. Okay? So I hope this helped, Sagittarius, and I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next reading. And I just want to give you a small tidbit. I am so happy to see this for you, Sagittarius. For a while, you've been in some, I'm always happy. Not happy, but a little bit amused. Not at how you are in, but it seems like you're trying your best to see things more clearly, to work on yourself, and I just seen it in the cards, and I think you are one of the most obvious signs that I kind of have a joy to read for. So just to let you know that, okay? So yeah, so thank you, and I'll see you in the next reading, okay? Take care, Sagittarius. Bye.